Yeah, indeed. Hello.
Cool.
Everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Rich.C. And over
Hello.
here, Gary and Steve. Hello, everybody. How are we all? We had a good week?
Yes, all right. Me and Gary saw each other in real. Gary and I saw each other yesterday in real life.
They allowed us out for a day.
With a
They let me out of my broom cupboard, as it seems it's discussed as.
Get the cog back.
Yeah.
No, I didn't manage to get the cog. I wasn't allowed to bring the cog back.
No, you didn't get the cog, but then again, you didn't bring glue either.
No.
Oh, no.
And that's all I have left.
Oh,
that was like it was like the worst drug deal ever. Us in a car park swapping boxes, glue.
Yeah. but we've kept October. We've got October kit transfer out of the way. It's been going on for 10 years, different shows.
Yeah.
So we managed one kit transfer.
And that's, of course, that's where not meeting up at the shows really puts the kibosh on a few things for us, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we had a day at Blenheim Palace. Yeah.
Blenheim Palace. What was that like, Steve?
It was all right. It was good. Yeah. It was
very interesting.
Yeah. It was a bit of queuing. As you're only allowed like so many people in a room and things like that. But it was nice to walk around and a bit of history.
I hear there's quite a toy soldier collection there.
There was, there was they can't remember what it was. Was it the Ninth Duke? The Ninth Duke.
I don't know. The Winston Churchill.
It gifted it to the Ninth Duke or something like that, and it was this rather impressive Napoleonic infantry collection, and it was all different regiments from Napoleon's armies.
Yeah,
so I took some pictures actually of it, so I might dig them out and stick them up anyway
to show off
as a random post. I
did too actually.
Sticky's road trip.
the sun was out as well and shining.
Yeah.
So
worth a visit.
Worth a visit. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll see what we can use out of all your photos. We'll go and pinch your tomorrow and see what we can find. So we've been quite busy back at HQ, cutting, and we've got lots of tents. Well, tent towns being cut at the moment, which is rather cool. That's the most recent one. And we saw some trains earlier this week as well. So hi, Jamie. We have had some questions about the train tiles, Gary. So we'd like to ask you a few of those. Shall we get cracking on with those? Get stuck into them?
Yeah, I'm going to disappear. Yay!
Right, that means he's going over to the other camera. So cue the elevator music. Oh no, he's
right. Through it. Now I've got earplugs in. I apologise if all goes chaos because I've got cables in front of me and everything else, and I might sort of just lose hearing.
This is where he spins round and everything goes.
Yeah, it is a broom cupboard. I'm not joking. Right. So terrain tiles. And do we want to go through railway or do we want to just do a quickie on the terrain tiles?
Quickly, we've got a good little series on YouTube already that goes through some of the main aspects in detail. But can you just quickly tell us about those squares and how you were lining them up?
Yeah. Well, this is there is a video on sort of photo set as well on how to line up roads and things like that on the terrain tiles, and it's all basically to do with how you stack them, mark out where the centers of the tiles are, because they run on the 10 centimeter module. You can actually find the middle of a tile. That is the middle of that side. If you put that tile over there, you'll find the middle of there, and vice versa. Once you found the middle, you can then set out where you want to put the roads, so that if you do move them around, as you can see there, they're always going to line up.
Yeah.
Now we've done stuff on that.
This is where you want the roads or whatever to line up within the centre of the 100 mil, the 10 centimetre repeat, because then you can offset them, can't you?
Yeah, and that means that you can then not just roads but rivers. You can vary your terrain. you could have 2 roads shooting off in different directions if you wanted to, even though you've got one sort of side core and things. So it just means that you can do T-junctions and stuff. Now, ever since we did the terrain tiles, we were intending to do railway stuff. But then again, the railway was always intended for terrain. If you get my drift, they go together.
They go together.
And at the same time as that, the tent town, you'd think it was all done by design, putting it all together into one big conglomerate. But that's the tent town and everything, all was part and parcel of this. The tent town should have come with the mine shaft tower.
Yes.
So long ago. But we have a habit of running on. So once you found the tiles, that's how you get roads. But railways are a bit different. We did the larger, almost 300 length railway lengths. And that was because we were starting with the concept of how many you could max out on a sheet, like an A4 sheet, and how good it would be on a literally 30 centimetre by 30 centimetre terrain tile. So that's where you then start getting these sort of divisions. So taking those out of the way, try not to throttle myself on earphones.
So this is where we're moving on to the terrain.
We're going to move on.
Tiles.
Terrain.
The toot tiles.
Terrain tiles. Yeah.
So I've got a ring light here, so I'm actually having to pass everything through the middle of a ring. Yeah. So if you imagine that is a simple 200 by 100 terrain tile with railway on it, and that runs down the center of that tile, which again runs down the middle there. Now, I know there's going to be some questions, but how? Oh no, we don't want to line it up. I'll come to that later. So if you imagine, once they're in the terrain tiles, you get all the interlocking. Now, we brought out the railway with that keyway fitting because terrain tiles were on their way, but we needed a way of linking up the railway. So this way means that you can
literally just place them.
Yeah, move them around. So that's another little illustration. It's a double track.
The doubles, yes.
Which means you can do simple things like that. But that is good illustration for starting to then bring in, if you had 2 tracks on 20 by 20, you get the idea with those points.
Yeah, so now you're getting about a foot wide, aren't you? With 400 and a overlap.
Well, that means that you can then start running around corners.
Cool.
Of course, that would then, I don't know how far you can see, actually. I can see a lot further on my camera than possibly on the screen.
Yeah, just about catch the edge of that one.
So that there we go. So that's a little 10 centimetre one. But of course, it does mean that
you can
reconfigure very quickly.
Yes,
a railway, and then bring in other things like that curve there.
Yeah.
So you're off in different directions.
Absolutely.
But of course, if you wanted to, you could just put 2 lines of track, stop one short,
put a buffer on there.
Yeah, put the buffer set on, and so you start actually having quite a flexible set. Now, the photographs you showed the other day on the post, slap your wrist, was that no, slap my wrist. It was literally a case of I did one or two of everything is on there.
Yes.
So it's literally because I didn't do a very good set of photographs, and then you used them, and it was like
But, perfectly fine. They're perfectly fine.
There should have been a storyboard there to help. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's like you're jumping me. So you get that sort of aspect to it. You could do a complete ring, a la the video we did the other week. Yeah. So you get that, and then you can just shoot off in straight lines. So it's a fairly simple thing. Now I know that everybody's now going, but I don't want to spend all my life lining track up.
Yeah.
And finding the centers. Don't panic, guys. There's a jig. There is a
I have
simple
one
jig.
here.
Have you got it? Excellent. Yep, there you go.
So
Nice and simple.
if I hold it up, so you've got, so basically you set this over the top, you set this over the top of the edge, it locks in and positions against the terrain tile, and then your track just sits along this edge and locates there. So it'll be...
It catches
Turn it
into
around the other
these.
way, Steve.
Sorry?
Flip it over. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
so that's the underside. So
So
that goes against the terrain, the edge of the tile.
Yeah.
And then your track goes there, and that would just go along the edge. So
that makes it so easy. Yeah.
yeah,
And
then it's...
It does mean I was just taking one off to go to this camera. Then that's not clever. See, if you use the jig, you can actually mark up where that one starts and where that one starts of a curve, so you can then just pin where the curve goes. Of course, once you've got one set of track done, like one of those,
yeah, you only need one done, don't you? And then it's just quickly.
Yeah, and you're just starting to line up then. So basically, you put that onto there.
That could be so easy for other things as well.
Yeah, well, you could use the jig for marking up the roads.
Yes.
Either side, so at least you have one line where you know it's consistently in place.
Yeah.
That you can then measure the thickness and width off, even Stevens, and run it through. So, yeah.
Nice.
It's a simple beastie.
Well, that makes things very easy for anybody who's already got train tile system, whether it's the blank ones, which we do in various packs, or a ruin city as well, of course.
Yeah.
You can just see this sort of going on through the ruins or nearby ruins of a castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And you can, and this will work with if you've got some of the loose track we do anyway, you will be able to use this to line it up and then just cut them to length at the ends. So it's not, so the existing stuff can be just fitted on like that. The curves are slightly different. There's some 45-degree curves kicking about. So you might have to put two tiles together to create the softer sweep.
But that can make a really soft curve through your backfields. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also the case of with the jig, you can still put the 30-centimeter straight tracks onto a tile, a 30 by 30 tile, and line it and jig it up, because you'll have a slight overhang where the little key joints, the jigsaw joints. But put those either side, and then you can snip and snap.
Yeah, just a simple cutters, nip them off.
Yeah. I mean, they should. Bear with, I'm going to reach somewhere else.
That'd be really cool.
Bear with.
Right, so we're going to see whole goods yard.
Train sets for Christmas.
Oh, train sets for Christmas. Awesome.
So if you imagine that's your 30-centimeter piece of track. Yeah. And then, so if you imagine that, and with a 10-centimeter, because these tracks have been clipped. Yeah. So using the jigsaw part, you can just see how the system was developed.
Yeah.
To work it, so you will be able to get that going.
There was madness in the cunning plan. There was, but it just shows how sometimes we could end up getting one thing out, and it's quite a while before the next part of that. That was envisaged at the time didn't quite all come together.
No, and that's where
it all. We can go hard.
That's where I sort of punish myself on the basis of I should have done this, should have done that. There should be, as people immediately ask. I'm coming back, by the way, folks.
Boo!
They were all sort of wanting to know how to do it, and of course, I hadn't actually helped you out by. I didn't have the jig either. I forgot to get that sorted. So yeah.
That's all right. We've got it all now going. It's looking good, and can't wait to see everybody's goods yards and their. You showed the Wild West. We're obviously focusing on the Wild West with Tent Town coming through, the mine shafts expanding. We've got a lovely little video to show on Saturday, I think, for everybody. And of course, people will be wanting to do it across Europe, European railways into Africa, perhaps, or across the continents.
Yeah.
Well,
we've got Al Alamein station already. So
yes, we have. Yes, tucked away there with the rest of the colonial stuff as well.
Yeah,
I still. We haven't done it. I still fancy a nice big goods yard, just lots of rolling stock and track. Yeah. So yeah, no.
Yeah. I've got a countdown then. What was that?
Yeah. I think that would be quite cool. It's also that in my mindset, not being a gamer, there should be a kinetic element. While all this is going on, engines were still moving. Because what was the one week when we did the railway? Is it Kirk Douglas in the train, or the train driver or engine? It's in France, black and white film, and he's an engine driver tasked with getting an engine from somewhere, and there's lots of shunt yards and stuff like that involved. That it's well worth a watch. Well, if you're into that sort of thing.
That'll be the great train robbery next.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Which one?
Yes. Well, guys, that's soon. Plenty to see soon enough. But of course, right now we've got a bit of a competition going on, haven't we, Steve? A few giveaways.
We do, yes. Yeah. So we've been. I think, what are we up to? Is it day 8 today?
Yes, day 8 today.
Day 8 today. So a few people have already happily handed over details and got kits on the way. So watch out for your inboxes. So we'll have dropped you an email or a DM, whatever, if you've won. But no, keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, check your spam just to make sure you haven't missed a message. But yeah, that's Saturday, I believe.
Last one Saturday, yeah.
10 days for our 10th birthday, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Which seems like about 10 years ago we announced that, but
yeah.
Lots of 10 days.
Lots has been happening since then as well.
So with almost to the end of our 10 days for our 10th birthday, I guess we'll have to look at the next 10, which will be 10 weeks till Christmas. Or coming up for that next week.
Oh, groan.
Perhaps we'll have to talk about that one next week, because I'm sure we'll be doing a little few extras there, won't we?
Yeah.
Don't ask me.
Yeah, I'm just saying yes. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Never mind.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Well, guys, thank you very much for showing us that, Gary. Going through this again, and we should just remind people that there is a complete set of videos that you've gone through to show how that train tile all fits together, how to do roads and the other aspects of it.
Yeah.
So if people would like to
I was sitting there going, but I haven't done one on the railway. Don't.
They can watch tonight again. They can go.
I was going to say, I've already told myself off in the middle of this for not having done it.
They can watch this one because it'll be over on YouTube as well. We can add it on there just so people can watch. But there is a complete set there for everybody to have a look at, along with many other goodies. Get over and have a look at that. You've got 2 days left to join in the competition. Head into Facebook and find that post. Make sure you tag a different friend each day. You've got a couple more days left. Otherwise, we'll say adios for now. Newsletter on Sunday. See you soon.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
everyone.